Wait, so we was muted all this time?
Yes. Sorry.
Should I be sharing this alcohol with you?
Sir, just do your job.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. I don't know what it was.
Well, the thing is, all these other people were just watching us and not even saying nothing.
I'm like, they probably on here like, look at them. Look at them. They trying to do a show. They don't even know how to control their software. They're not even saying nothing. It's like, wow, great, thanks, appreciate it. All right, a little bit of lime juice to top it off. And we're gonna shake this bad boy up. Oh,
like we are all off because of that.
yeah, like,
Oh.
yeah, pressure.
Yes, please don't make a mess. So while you're doing, I'm gonna put this stuff away here. I'm gonna keep these close because you really did everything by eye, and I have a feeling that, like, I'm gonna taste a lot of alcohol. Did you put the lime juice in it?
Mm-hmm. Give you a little bit because you were already messing up.
I'm already.
You had us muted the entire time.
Sir, just do it. If anything, that means I need this.
Alcohol does not make things better.
It's hard to talk and do live editing on the fly, sir.
All I get is excuses.
Wow. Okay.
All I get is excuses.
All right. You know what? Let's just get to the topics. Maybe that's what it was meant to be.
Take my singing career on the road.
We weren't supposed to be making nothing today. We're just supposed to get straight to talking. Anyway. Get straight to talking.
All
right. Let me see. Once again, multitasking that I have to do.
You just gotta click them out.
Yeah, but I'm also realizing that I'm blind.
You gotta work on the flick of the ring. Well, I mean, you clown me when I got glasses. I can see clearly.
I did not clown you.
You did.
I did not.
You did.
I do not recall that, sir. No, No one clowned anyone.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so getting into the topic.
Yeah.
So Patrick, I told you, I know what I'm doing.
That's good.
I'm a drink specialist. So getting into the first topic of today's episode, Patrick Ewing and the Madison Square Garden incident. Crazy.
It's actually incidents. So it's
multiple times. I thought it was just one time. So it's multiple times?
Because he was there for the Big East, the tournament. And so they've been there they were there for a few days or several days.
So they asked this man for his ID multiple.
According to him, every single time he had to enter the facility, he was questioned multiple times.
See,
and he said he was stopped even when he was walking around the facility about where his credentials were.
The fact that you stopped Patrick, I mean, all right, Patrick Ewing, yes, he has age. He's not the same Patrick Ewing that we all remember back, when Mike was playing. But he doesn't look that far off from the way he looked when he was a star in the NBA. So everybody should know who Patrick Ewing is.
It's not just everybody should. It's Madison Square Garden. So he took a picture.
His picture should be all over the place.
His picture is okay. His picture is right when you enter, and then his jersey is, of course, hanging in the rafters.
Yeah.
So the part that's like, so there's so many issues with this. One, yes, maybe the security staff is younger. They're from a different generation. They may not know who Patrick Ewing is.
Excuses.
So let's give them that. We'll give them that much, right? We'll give them that much.
They should know who Patrick Ewing is.
We show grace in these situations.
Don't work
I'm not even done.
Don't work at Madison Square Garden. Do not get a job at Madison Square Garden if you do not have any knowledge of the New York Knicks.
No, sir, no. It
I'm
doesn't
just
work
saying.
that way. I honestly don't think it's security's fault. I think it's security supervisory's fault. Because if you ever work in an environment where it's considered like hospitality or any sort of service industry, you are supposed to know who your VIPs are at all times.
You're supposed to know the major players.
You're supposed to know who your VIPs are. So when they know that they're going to be hosting this tournament, and they should know, like, okay, who are the people that are coming? But then they'll say, oh yes, by the way, former Nick, Patrick Ewing is going to be here coaching one of the teams, and his picture should have been floated around. People should have known who he was. And the fact that they didn't show that to their staff means that's a failing on the supervisors and the managers. Like, everyone isn't going to know everybody.
I'll take that.
But the responsibility is on the management to notify their team that someone of a stature of, Patrick Ewing in the building that he literally helped build. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's his house.
I mean, when you think of the New York Knicks, you think of Patrick Ewing.
You know what I'm saying?
Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Charles Oakley. Like, come on.
And Spike Lee.
And Spike Lee. Like, when you think of Lakers, you think of Shaquille O'Neal, like James Worthy, Magic Johnson, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jack Nicholson. And so many more. Like,
but yeah, I think it's a failing on the management staff, not necessarily the individual staff. Let's say everyone's not going to know everybody, but it's their responsibility. Like in years of working in hospitality, it was our responsibility to make sure our team knew who the VIPs were coming in and how to identify them.
I will give you that they should prep their staff on who's who. I mean, speaking of Spike Lee actually came out and said that the same thing happened to him a couple times before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you should know who Spike Lee is too.
Yes.
Like Spike Lee, like come on, like
it's like if Allen Iverson strolled up, and people didn't know who he was. They gotta check on. You want to check it out?
I mean,
listen. Sizzling in the oven. Oh, they're still working it out.
Oh, yeah.
See, I tell you, some of the little sauces are coming out in our little breakfast and pizza bombs there.
Listen, like Philly is a completely different state of its own.
State.
Exactly. No, state. Philadelphia is its own state. We're not part of Pennsylvania. So yeah, we don't make those mistakes. Like AI, come on, everybody in Philadelphia knows who Allen Iverson is. Like AI could be walking down the street. It don't matter what age you are. Like everybody knows who AI is. And I'm sorry. Like the supervisors should have prepped their staff. But at the end of the day, we're talking about Patrick Ewing. You're telling me you have lived your life. And now you're 18. You're someone between the ages of 18 to 30, 18 to 25, and you absolutely don't know who Patrick Ewing is. That means you're not a sports person. You never watched ESPN and watched all games. I think they were just being smart.
That's completely possible. Or they're being smart.
I think they were just being smart asses.
It's unfortunate because then he put him on blast. Like,
I mean, we're talking about Patrick. For instance, remember the incident I told you about when little Dicky went to when he went to ladder.
Yeah.
And
he didn't know
he was trying to get in ladder and the line was down the block and he bumped the line. I mean, he's little Dicky. I mean, he's a signed artist who like.
But he's also like in Philly, you would know.
Right. He's not
everybody in Philly.
Exactly. He's not big. So them not knowing who Lil Dicky was, I can understand that. But if Patrick Ewing was to walk up and they'd be like, "No, sir, you got something back in line. We don't know you."
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's like
disrespectful.
It's different. It's a big difference. Like I can understand like not knowing all sports players because the same incident happened with Brandon Brooks, who played for the Eagles. He came from the Texans, Same situation happened with him. And we had to tell them, like, oh, no, like, Brandon Brooks, he played for the Eagles now. You know, he's an NFL player. It's like, oh, okay.
But see, I can see not knowing an NFL player because they wear helmets.
But that's one thing. Like, it's Brandon Brooks, you get a pass, fine. Cool. But if Donovan McNabb walked up, you better know who he is. I'm just saying.
Especially when someone's the face of a franchise for multiple years.
Exactly.
Yes. So, but, like, I mean, we're hoping it's not, like, a race thing, but, you know.
I think it's just someone, I think it's just trying to be a smart ass now.
So, Swizzled.
Swizzled and Timberland. Swizzle!
We call him Swizzle now.
Swizzle Beats.
Apparently, things like to autocorrect here, so.
Swizzle.
You can tell it is not easy doing this after, like, I lost an hour and I feel like I lost the whole week.
So, moving on to our next topic, talking about Swizzle Beats and Timberland.
Swizzled. It's not swizzle, it's swizzled.
Swizzle.
Past tense.
Swizzle.
Yes.
Swizzle. Swizzle. That well-known 90s producer, yes, Swizzle. But no, so I'm not sure how many people know, but some news came out during the week. Swiss and Timberland, they sold Verzuz to, what was it, Triller, right?
Yeah, Triller.
Triller, which a lot of people may have missed Triller. So Triller was Triller is a social media ad, and is very, very similar to TikTok. And it came out before TikTok, but somehow TikTok came in and pushed Triller out the way before they can even get, up high in the sky. TikTok just took over. But yeah, so they sold Verzuz to Triller, and I mean, I kind of felt as though that when Swiss and Timberland actually started this whole Verzuz thing, I kind of felt it was for something, like it. I get the fact that they were saying, it was for the people or whatever. We were doing this for the people.
We're doing
this for the culture.
They kept saying it was for the culture.
We're doing this for the culture. I get it. However, you were doing it for the culture. However, you were also doing it for business.
For business, yes.
Like I get it. Like not one producer or rapper that's established starts anything up that they're not looking to make a major business move with. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pat, zone. But yeah, so I kind of felt as though that they were going to try to do something major with it. And then when they linked up with Ciroc and then they linked up with Apple, I kind of thought that maybe they were going to do something major with Apple. Mm-hmm. I really didn't see the Triller thing coming, but at the end of the day, I mean, is a good move, and then they give back to the artists that they had performing for free.
Like the fact that they did give, like, they gave them equity, yeah, because they all performed for free. Because it was a big deal when some artists were like refusing to participate because they wanted to get paid,
Exactly, it was definitely for future business. Yeah.
Like, this is my only thing is, like, yes, like, sometimes things are for business, but Swiss Beats and Timberland make a ton of money. They're not poor guys. It's like sometimes
royalties at this point.
So for me, it's like, I don't know. It's just like it was something great about it not being a for pay thing and it being for the culture. And then knowing that the fact that now it was initially for the culture and now we're going to sell the culture. Well, and that's where I have the issue.
Well, you know why they sold the culture. Because it was slowly nosediving. Verzuz were like... So I don't know if you continue to follow the Verzuz, but I watched quite a few of them.
And I stopped watching.
I think they expected the D'Angelo and Friends one, which was basically a concert. They expected that to be big. And it wasn't as big as they expected. I'm not even sure if their numbers reached $500,000. Like, I'm not even sure if D'Angelo reached 400 and something thousand.
But see, why can't
Like,
it just be like a thing that happened in this period and then let it go? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be something that has to be sustained for future? It could just be
because they put too much work into it.
But sometimes you do that. Sometimes you just create things that are just for the time that they're in, and then they're for that piece and for the culture and for the people, and then you just let it go. Like, it didn't have to be something that's going to be sustained and make money, like, for anybody.
I mean, but we're talking about, like, we're talking about two guys who, and yeah, I mean, I'm going to say they definitely didn't. I'm not going to say they didn't need the money. I'm definitely going to say that financially, yes, they're good. Financially, are they great? Are they great? I doubt it, because I mean, Swiss being married to Alicia, that's one thing. But Swiss, the producer from the '90s, he just see royalties and him and
but
him
you're
and
also
Timbaland.
assuming they don't have other business ventures.
Well, I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure.
Like, to me, like, to be at that level, it would be highly, like, short-sighted and you know, to not put money into some other investment. I mean, so I doubt that they are not diversified.
I'm pretty sure they have. Not rely on the music. I'm pretty sure the portfolios are good.
And then remember, like, Tim also did that masterclass, so he got to be getting money off of that. Because masterclass is not cheap.
How many people took that masterclass?
I know, but it's not cheap. So I'm sure he got the money up front. I feel like I think they give them money up front.
Because you got Timbaland. I was about to say, yeah, if you get money up front, yeah, I was about to say, because if you got Timbaland offering a master class on how he makes beats, and then you have someone like a Metro Boomin or a Day Trip come up and say, "Hey, look, for $500 or for $300, whatever, I'll teach you how to make beats like me." This day and age, a lot of people, and when Swiss and Timbaland started it did.
Look, I didn't know it was like you told me when you were preparing to watch. I was like, "Who's this DJing before D'Angelo?" And I'm like, "Who is this DJ?" And you're like, "Oh, this is for the D'Angelo show." I'm like, "D'Angelo."
It did, Pat. I agree. The promo used to be a lot better. I think the matchups used to be a lot better too, because the most recent matchup that I saw was now the Verzuz taking place on the 20th, which is what, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Rayquan versus Ghostface. One, music wise, great matchup. But would I pit two guys from the same camp up against one another? I mean, I get it. It's for fun. It's not like a real battle. The only two verses, like verses that they had was like music versus the music, artist versus the artist, because we know those two artists weren't getting along, was Brandy and Monica. That's why the numbers went through the roof on that, because everybody knew that Brandy and Monica was like not getting along. And Jeezy and Gucci Mane, who actually in reality like had real beef. So that was another well-watched one. But I mean, I can't see, like, I wouldn't have picked Rayquan up against Ghostface.
I think that just shows they're running out of combos. I mean, the thing is, it's going to be a friendly situation.
Yeah.
And the fact is, but their music is similar in style and vein.
It is.
So it kind of makes sense.
Like, in my opinion, I told you, in my opinion, out of everybody in Wu-Tang that went solo, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there agree with me, Ghostface and Rayquan had the best solo albums. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Method Man. Like, Method Man had some great projects, but it was nothing like Ghostface and Rayquan.
Yeah, seriously, I had no idea that anything that's Ashanti and Keisha Cole.
Which the Ashanti and Keisha Cole's was actually put on pause originally because Ashanti caught COVID.
Yeah. I mean, look, honestly, like, I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel, one, it's that piece about, one, it was originally for the culture, it was for what was going on, we were all in COVID, we're all in quarantine, so we needed something, we had, And
it was better when they had people doing it from their own homes. Like, I understand.
Oh yeah, now they have a whole production.
You put the whole production together and started bringing people together in one room because you wanted to reduce technical difficulties.
I would say, but the one that I feel like it worked the best, like I liked the most, was was with Patti LaBelle.
And Patti LaBelle and Gladys.
Yes, and then they brought out Dionne
Well,
Warwick.
you know why that worked.
Talk about some legends.
Do you know why that worked the best?
Because
it was here in the state of Philadelphia.
You call it state of Philadelphia.
It was here in the state. It was here in the state of Philadelphia.
The city of Philadelphia.
It was in the 215. The 215.
So we're the whole state now.
Yes.
We're a state now.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have that.
We Philly.
But like I said, my concern is like one.
Philly is special.
Like I said, I wanted to live in the time that it was in and let it go. And then also the fact is like Black people commodifying our culture. We're packaging it, we're branding it, and then we're selling it. And that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. And the last thing
that I can get on board with that.
The last thing I have an issue with is like I don't have a problem like Black people making a come up off the work they've done, but I always have an issue with Black people who own things and selling it. But I think because they knew that they weren't going to be able to sustain it. But the idea of creating something popular for Black people, owned by Black people, and then selling it to someone else.
Oh, are we going there? I'm biting my tongue.
Radio standpoint, meth and ODB.
I'll put ODB before meth. I mean, I put ODB before meth. Like I actually still have the Gina just found the CD the other day. Like I still got ODBs first.
Let's pause this real quick. Let's check it on our breakfast bombs since we are all off. Ooh, those are good. Let's break those bad boys out. Yes, we're gonna put them on here because I didn't clean this off yet, but that's fine. But those look good to go. Whoa. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm doubling up. Yeah.
You think that? Yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Those are the piece ones.
Yeah, look at those. This was like a little bit like a pretzel bite. Like, look at these guys. All right, so since we were muted.
Hey, good morning, Nicole. What's going on?
Hi, good. You came in just in time because I messed up the whole first half. So,
but you missed the drink. You
did miss the drink.
You missed the drink.
All right, so let's review these real quick. Okay, since we had no audio for the people. Look.
Yes!
State of Philadelphia found my schoolie D and Will Payne. Let me acknowledge, that is one more time. Do not encourage the nonsense.
Exactly.
Okay, don't encourage the nonsense.
Exactly. Philly.
Okay? Alright, so we had just put in the oven breakfast bombs. So in these breakfast bombs, woo, look at that. Mama cheated. I used Grand biscuits, Pillsbury biscuits, and then I rolled them out and I flattened them, and then we filled them with pre-cooked scrambled eggs, sausage, and cheese, and rolled them together, made little bowls. And in this guy, we have pizza bombs. Bam. And in the pizza bombs, there's marinara sauce, pepperoni, and mozzarella, and then we top them with a egg wash, and then put them in the oven at 350 for a few minutes. So, you want to get our plates? We did not pull out plates for us, so you want to put our little baby plates in. I know we are struggling today. Okay, we're struggling.
You mean we? I'm the only one that went to bed late.
I also woke up at 4 in the morning, which is technically 3 in the morning, because a baby decided he wanted to wake up early. He was thrown off too. I think everybody in the house was thrown off by the flash forward. I need this spatula so I don't burn myself. All right, so on one plate I got I'm gonna put your bomb near the breakfast one, and another one we'll put the pizza, and we can each try them. Okay. Let's see how it's turned out.
Yeah, this is hot, so I gotta wait.
It is hot, but I want to break into it. Ooh, that's not turned out too bad. I feel like my could have put a little more cheese in this one.
Oh, and Nicole, today's drink was I made Hornitos lemonade. Mm-hmm. So I had this is how it turned out. So I had Hornitos tequila, some lemonade, some ginger ale, and a little splash of lime juice, and Mix it all together, shake it up. Voila. It's great.
It is. It is good. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. Can you break it open? I mean, you don't really need a fork for these if you let them cool. Look at that. Look at that, boy. Look at that. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
All right. So, don't clown me.
I'm laughing because
I don't do hot stuff. I'm sorry.
She's like, on my way with my Wonder Woman glasses. Come on, we got some. We have enough left of everything. So,
all right. So back to the topic at hand. So I know where you were going with it, and I'm sitting here. You was edging me on. You was trying to put a barrier. You was trying to put a barrier in my back and charge me up.
We were talking about black people commodifying our stuff and then selling it to the masses, to conglomerates, corporations, or whatever.
All right, so Gina was trying to put a battery in my back and charge me up because behind the scenes, we have had several ongoing conversations about situations like that, and I expressed my opinions plenty of times to her that I was totally not a fan of the most recent moves that Jay-Z made. And everybody was, praising him like, oh, that's what you do. That's big business moves. That's big business moves. Like, business, yes, it was a big business move that I would give to him. But at the end of the day, you had Ace of Spades, which was very popular. It was growing and continuing to grow. And then you sold it to what is it? LV.
Yeah, it was.
What's the brand? LVHM, LVMH, something like that. But it's a corporation. It's a corporation where multiple brands fall under. And so he sold 50%. Now, granted, a lot of people are like, oh well, he only sold half. He still owns the other half, and now, he has a seat on the board. A seat on the board. One seat on the board full of people. You sold 50% of what was 100% black owned.
Like
I can understand. I'm sorry. Give me one second. I can understand. No, because I can understand you trying to sell it. I can understand who you sold it so that it could grow larger than what it is. Because you probably felt as though that you hit your climax with as far as you could take it. I get that in a way, but I guess it's just me being selfish that I feel as though when something is 100% black owned, like I would love for it to stay 100% black owned. At the end of the day, I always see it. If something is 100% black owned and somebody is knocking on your door trying to cut a deal with you, then that should tell you that your product is doing something amazing that they want in. They want in. I'm just one of those people today and tomorrow. If someone came knocking on my door, like, hey, so look, right, that amazing instrument that you made or whatever that's making it easy for people to produce beats in a matter of like 5-10 minutes. Like, oh, it's amazing. Like, look, we're willing to do this and do that and take it to this platform. So you're going to start selling more overseas and we take your numbers from here to there. And no, because clearly I'm on the right path if you're knocking on my door. That's just me. Like, I stand by that. That's just me. Miss me with the BS. I'm cool. I rather keep it 100% black. I mean, and my frame of thinking wasn't always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was one of those people that was always like, oh, hey, like how that little video go with a dude hopping out the car sales guy hopping out the back of the Jeep.
Like, where the money reside?
Yeah,
where the money reside?
I was all like. Younger, I was one of those people that I was like, "Oh, take me where the money reside. Where the money reside." Like I was all about the money, and like I grew up and started seeing things differently, and Yeah, like
at some point.
now I'm not chasing the dollar. Like back when I was in my 20s, and if Pat is still watching, like he probably going to laugh out loud at this one. Back when I was in my early 20s or whatever, late teens, and I was Teflon, like I was chasing a record deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was dishing demos to record labels and stuff like that, calling them, hey, check out my demo. I was trying to get record labels to sign me.
Mm-hmm.
If I was still that young kid today, right now, I'd be throwing my middle finger up to the record labels and doing it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping everything on by myself.
So Pat says, it's always a better picture that we don't see when it comes to Jay-Z. Something tells me that this move was to grow a bigger brand with the long game.
I hope so, Pat. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so, Pat.
Honestly, I mean, at least it's still 50%. But I definitely think, I don't know, like, people, like, there's always this argument about black wealth, black commercialism, black, capitalism, and it being the answer to our freedom. And I don't know if it always is. Like, having money. Oh, this is funny. I had to bring up Teflon. But like having money and having like is not the same as having equity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we can have the billions of dollars, but at the end of the day, if that money is coming from something that's you sold and owned to white people that have now commodified it and created it and packaged it and sold it and no longer, like, honestly, I use BET as the major example.
I'm just looking. What
do
we
Black
have to pass down to our kids?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm looking at. What do we have to pass down to our kids?
Honestly, he still has 50%, so he can still pass it on to his children. It's just it's not.
I mean, not him. Like him and Beyonce have a lot to pass down to their kids. I'm not taking them. Like they have a lot to pass down, but I'm just saying, like, if someone that's not a Jay-Z or Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. So we talk about the long game, but we still never see it end. It's the same logic that gentrifies neighborhoods. Exactly. And that's where I'm at with it. The fact of the matter is like, when we start seeking out, one, validation from these larger corporations. Like we don't need it. Like we do and we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need the money. But actually, we have if we just invest in ourselves and we focus on ourselves, the rest is gonna come. Like, and that's where I think the issue. And like, look, whenever you bring up even like the Tyler Perry of it all, you know what I'm saying? Like, we continue to see these black billionaires sell their stuff to the highest bidder, and then it's still like, we're still struggling to get a seat at the table when we should just be making our own table completely.
Exactly. That right there, you said something. By the way, before I hop on that. It's good.
It's good? Enough cheese?
It's amazing. Morning, Brandy. What's good?
Morning!
We got alcohol today.
Yeah, we already started. We've already started.
And
I'm like, I didn't feel like you should have given me more. Like, this is like...
You had us muted for the first 20 minutes of the show.
Why are you bringing up old
Nobody
stuff?
couldn't hear anything.
Why are you bringing up
Why
old
would
stuff?
I give you more liquor?
Like,
why would I give you more liquor?
I feel much more like in control now. Like,
so you're a functioning alcoholic.
Whatever.
That's all I heard.
Need more.
So,
I need more.
So all I heard was
I need another pizza. I need another pizza ball.
No, so that what you saying that's what I would have wanted. That's what I would have loved to see Swiss and Timbaland do.
But I think
I would have loved to see them create their own, like even step away from Instagram and create your own streaming platform for Verzuz.
Yeah,
it's like. You'd be surprised, like, and I'm pretty sure they probably think like, oh, it's free on Instagram. People are not going to pay for it, but you never know. You gotta gamble. Mm-hmm. Like life is a gamble, so you gotta gamble sometimes. And I would have loved to see for them to start their own streaming platform for Verzuz, and then just see if people follow before you sell it out to a large corporation.
Well, times have changed, right? Now, like, everything is now, like, we're able to do things virtually even better now because of what happened in the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Pandemic brought some good things and it brought some bad things.
They could have made their own platform and did it to where, like, it's artists making, performing for the masses instead of doing concerts where they have to travel all over the world and try and sell out these arenas, which is getting harder and harder to do.
Exactly.
Like, so it definitely would have made a lot more sense.
Exactly.
It definitely would.
Exactly.
Okay, you finish that girl's hair, and then you watch us start over. But you could skip like the first 10, 15 minutes.
20 minutes. She had us muted for 20 minutes.
When I upload it to YouTube, I'll add voiceover so we can, like, you know, cover what I said. But, you know, some people ain't forgiving, you know, and literally, like, just don't know how to let stuff go. Okay? Oh, what did Pat say? We always talk about black business, but we are our own enemy. Jay had title, and artist chose not to go his route because of who he was. You can't continue to hold the fort when nobody wants to enter the for shelter. Like, I say it makes sense, but it doesn't.
I remember that.
But I think because they also know Jay-Z. And your business tactics, your ethics matter. And the fact of the matter is, ethically, Jay-Z has some issues. And we need to be honest with that.
I will point out 2 of Jay-Z's major issues. 2 of Jay-Z's major issues. And you're gonna ride with me on this one. Now, all my Jay-Z fans out there, you're not gonna ride with me on this one. But it's cool. I still love you. Like, Jay-Z is not in my top 5. Said that a million times, and I say it over and over again. He's not in my top 5. And I've been listening to hip-hop since I was 6. 1986 when I started. And no, he's not in my top 5. But 2 people that I feel as though Jay-Z screwed over. One person he definitely screwed over. The second person found a way to maneuver around the screw over. Mm-hmm. But let's look at this.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
Memphis Bleek, Jay-Z's best friend, his homie, after even saying on the album that, in the intro, that Bleek's going to be a new, improved Jay-Z. Did that ever happen? Absolutely not. Why? Because Jay-Z never gave Bleek the chance. When Bleek did have the chance and Bleek dropped a major album that was on the verge of hitting platinum, what did Jay-Z do? Drop back with a single. Jay-Z was supposed to retire. Bleek was still rapping. What did Jay-Z do? Come right back into the rap game. Kanye West was Jay-Z's producer. Kanye had constantly asking Jay-Z, yo, give me a chance, give me a chance. Let me be an artist. Let me drop an album. Jay-Z kept trying to swing, he kept swinging him. Swing, oh, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. No, you should just stick to beats. Because Jay-Z was selfish. He didn't want that man to stop making beats for him. So what did Kanye do? Because Kanye is, like, we know how Kanye is now. But somewhere in there, the real Kanye is actually smart. And Kanye said, look, I'm going to just go out and do this myself. And what happened? Kanye got from under Jay-Z, went and did it himself. And Kanye's, like, freaking amazing in music. Did he stop making beats for Jay-Z? No. But and this is my thing with Jay-Z or whatever. And this is what a lot of other people see.
Why you going on your little rant? I'm sorry, I posted Brandon going at your neck.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. Listen. I still love you, Brandon. I know you're a huge Jay-Z fan. But this is the thing. So Kanye went around Jay-Z, came out, still did his thing. At that point, Jay-Z couldn't stop him, and I wish Bleek would have did the same thing, but Bleek wasn't no Kanye. So Kanye did his thing, came out, blew through the roof. Everybody loved Kanye West, the artist. So what did Jay-Z have? What Jay-Z had no other choice but to do what? Accept him and say, oh, I need to work with this dude. Yo, yay, let's make an album together. Like, come on, man. Like, no, I'm honestly, not with it.
Like, Bleek has the potential to be like, kind of like Drake, in the sense that he had the looks, the voice, and he had bars. So it's like, I do feel like he got kind of... He
was, like, listen, he never lied when he came on a song and said, ladies love Bleek. Yeah. They did. Yeah. My wife loved Memphis Bleek. Yeah. I'm cool with that. It's cool. Like, but...
Why you always be holding on to stuff? Like, good Lord, man. Like, it's okay. I married you. But seriously though, like...
Is that because you didn't run into Bleek in New York?
Oh no, I'm not saying saying I did not.
I can't with you. You had enough. You've been flagged.
That's really good though. But seriously though, like honestly, like I feel like Jay-Z has definitely, and Brandy's agreed with me, like Jay-Z has ethical issues, and that's what makes it difficult for people to trust him. What? Okay, now we definitely about to fight. Jay-Z was right with Kanye. Kanye was a monster with beats, and now he's crazier than.
No. We know why Kanye is crazy, and we're not going to entertain that on the show right now. We know why Kanye is crazy.
We're not going to say about that part of why he's also crazy, but
College Dropout, his first album, was amazing.
Look, a lot of
my Dark Twisted Fantasy is in my top 5 of best albums of all time.
So no, Jay-Z was not right. And honestly, let's be honest, like Jay-Z wasn't doing it because he felt that Kanye wasn't talented. He did it because he knew he was talented.
He was threatened.
And that's the problem. Like when we want to support each other, he can't say nothing to me about supporting black businesses when he continually denies certain black people their just due. And he's done it time and time again. And even recently, he did it with Kaepernick. Like, to me, it's like, if you really about it, you really about making us, like, substantially, like, making us free and being supportive of us, then you're going to put us on whatever you can at all times, not so that you can get a check. And that's what it is. What does Steve say? A good businessman isn't always the best activist or community social. Exactly. And the fact of the matter is, he's about $1. He's not about the culture, or he's about $1, not a 50 cent. But he told us the truth then, what he's about. So, like, the fact is, like, we can't count on him to raise us up. But that also means when people want to do things and he wants to look for black people to support him, he can't look for us.
I said it before and I say it again. A couple million got us past Nillin. Couple million got us past Nillin.
So, to me, like, no, like, and the thing is, the truth of the matter is, like, yeah, he's a businessman, but at the end of the day, you have enough. You have enough. You want more. And that's the problem. And to me, it's like, you already are at the $1 billion range. You already are, you have so much assets. What more can you get? So now's the time to start pushing for and bringing your people up. He should have been doing it years ago, but now is definitely the time. And that's why, like, I always look at these black billionaires, him, Dre, if you call him a billionaire, I don't know if he's a billionaire anymore, Tyler Perry, Oprah, like, they don't really put on for their people because at the end of the day, they're capitalists. They're capitalists first, then they're black. And we have to remember that part.
I mean,
he made Kanye come back harder. Pause.
That's definitely a pause. But no, like,
Jay's hustler, always remember then.
I listen. I understand the hustle part or whatever. Like,
we love you too, Pat, but you wrong in this.
A lot of us came from the. But I can't allow that to be an excuse for that man because he's a hustler.
But I also think that's a mindset that we have to change as we get, like, I think that, and that's the thing is, like,
you got to lose that hustle mentality.
You have to lose that hustle mentality at some point.
Like I told you before, like I used to chase $1, but I had to lose that hustler mentality because it's bigger than that. For instance, black-owned businesses. Me, like Gina and myself, we are black business owners. We own our entertainment company, Love Events. Now, when the pandemic is set and gone or whatever, or when things open back up on a full scale and we get back to business, yes, 5-6 years from now, the Love Events skyrockets through the roof and becomes one of the top DJ or wedding entertainment companies, whatever, in the tri-state. And 3 years after that, me and Gina decide we done had enough. I don't want to DJ no more. She doesn't want to focus on event planning and photography or videography no more. But we don't want to let the business go. I'm not going to then, if one of these non-black owned event companies come knocking on my door saying, hey, so you can put Love Events under us and we'll keep Love Events and we'll just run it for you, but it'll still be under your name. and we could take it to this dynamics and increase, and increase your clientele by this much, and you and your wife can sit back and just chill somewhere while the money continue to come in. I'm not going to sell. Here's the thing, because I don't have that hustling mentality no more, so I'm no longer chasing after a dollar. Before I do that, I would pick my own people on first.
I'll tell you,
I would trust Patrick, a DJ Full Effect, or a DJ Heat, somebody that I'm close to, somebody I know that it can benefit to take the ring and continue to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Before I put somebody on outside of my circle, or somebody on, that I ain't gotta say, you know what it is. But
then you also add in the fact is like this idea that, and especially American capitalism, that you should constantly sell what you make to the highest bidder. And
exactly, Brandy.
I didn't even get to
Sorry.
what I was
Keep going.
It's the idea, the idea that you should sell what you make to the highest bidder, right? And that's where we are now, where we're like literally everything is owned by like 4 or 5 companies, and they own literally every inch of your life. And that's not true capitalism. That is not competition. That's not a free market. So why would we want something where it's all owned by the same several companies that they get to dictate what our culture is and get to dictate what we own and get to dictate what we see? Like, we don't want that. So there's been a couple comments come in. So at first, let's get to Pat before we get to Brandy. If you want to talk about billionaires are always trying to add another billion to the portfolio. Exactly. So then at the end, we need to start looking to them, because realize at the end of the day, they are about making money. They're not about truly making a difference. Because if they really want us to give it away, like, look, was it Jeff, like Bezos' ex-wife, her intention is literally give away all those billions that she got. She is
now the richest woman in the world just from a divorce.
Let's get to like Brandy. What did Brandy say? Brandy said, "I launched my new business yesterday. My first employee is my 8-year-old niece. I don't know how legal that is. Legacy is everything. She may not do anything I do, but she'll understand the value of ownership." Yeah, so at least as long as she's like getting some equity, like Jared has already added Avery on as producer and bylines on some of his songs. So it's like, yes, passing it on, having them have something and own it, but the importance of like not selling it off to the highest bidder is like, maybe it's not about, making money. Maybe it is for the culture. Maybe DJ, photographer, both. Exactly. Yes.
Really?
They always say if you make $1 million, then you can make $2 million. If you can make $1 billion, well, that saying will always be the same. Now, if a major corporation came to your door with $10 million check and stake in the company, would you take it?
You want my honest answer, Pat? 5 or 10 years ago, absolutely, and I wouldn't have looked back. Now, no, like I told you, the hustler in me is gone. Like it is gone. Like I see a bigger picture now, and I mean, does kids play a part in that? Absolutely. So you'll see one day soon. But no, I would
get another one of these.
I would turn it down, because like now my focus is looking out for my brothers. Like if my whole mindset now, if I shine, then if I win, then I want everybody else around me to win. And I'm not going to sell out just to win. No matter if it is $10 million or whatever, $100 million. I'm cool. And people are probably like, "Oh, you foolish, you stupid." No, I'm cool. If that's the way I got to do it, then I don't want to do it that way. And if I can't get it the right way, then I look at it like this: it's not in God's plan. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it. But I'm on a whole mindset now. Like I said, if I win, we all win, and I have said that to Gina several times. Like if I win with everything that I'm doing, then the people closest to me in my circle win. Because now I have an opportunity to pit y'all on. Now I have an opportunity to pit people like my cousin Brandy on, who just launched her beads business. Mm-hmm. And also she's a makeup artist. Now I got the opportunity to pit Pat on, DJ Full Effect. You know what I mean? Because he's a DJ. Now I got the opportunity to put my buddy DJ Heat on, who's a DJ and a producer. Now I got the opportunity to put my brother-in-law on, Steve, who does amazing work with videography and editing. It's like he makes some great music videos. So that's the way I look at it. Like I'm not trying to eat myself. Like I'm not trying to be selfish anymore. Like I'm trying to help everybody eat. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Money's not the object anymore. I'm trying to help everybody eat.
So I think it's also about having something sustained that belongs to us. You know?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. We need more. We need more.
I thought today you said you wanted to make the day a little bit lighter. And not
you started it. You put the battery in my back. You charged me up. we should end this episode. We should end this episode with Drake's song "Charged Up," because you totally put the battery in my back.
Look, and when you start talking about black-owned business, you really start to like open things up. But I think people think about small business; they're not thinking about these big ones and what it really means. I mean, like I said, I talked about BET. Fact of the matter is like yes, maybe they may have quality, like some of the stuff that is like definitely they're getting out there more, but you also wonder about what are they saying when it's not owned by black people.
Which one was the pizza?
Oh, there's like one left because it was so good.
Damn.
It's okay. We have enough of the toppings left. I want to make another batch.
No, see what it is the drink. You done finish that drink.
I could eat some more.
Yeah, that liquor got you hungry. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That happens, you know.
With the liquor in your system. Oh, that's a Jay-Z line. Then again, oh, my bad. He stole that from Biggie.
Right. And, you know, Pat earlier said that they should do like a Biggie and Tupac, and then have Jay-Z and Snoop do it. But like really, Snoop didn't really steal any of Tupac's stuff.
Jay-Z stole one of Snoop's.
But Jay-Z definitely stole Biggie's lines. We're not gonna go there.
Don't believe me? Go on YouTube and look up Cameron. Jay-Z just, I'm not a writer, I'm a biter.
So like we do have to. Like it's 12:40, sir.
Oh yeah. So let's end this real quick on a good note.
Mm-hmm, on a good note, we want some positivity, and I wish I brought the video that we could actually watch it. So, apparently, Yo-Yo Ma, the classical violinist, world-renowned classical cellist, was getting his second shot for his COVID vaccine. And, of course, after you get your shot, you have to wait around for like 15, 20 minutes. And he decided to give an impromptu concert to everyone. And honestly, like, I'm like, that is out of some of the really crappy things that we've heard over the past few days and weeks. That made me feel so good. Like really, really good.
Listen, I would be amazed if I was waiting in line for my vaccine and like the world Yo-Yo Ma, the world renowned cellist just happened to pop up and just be like,
you know, let's play for everybody. And you're waiting for 15 minutes. Like honestly, it was like it's the sweetest thing you could do.
Yeah, I had to wait by myself. There's no music.
In silence. I hope I don't go into anaphylactic shock.
In silence. Listen, in silence on my phone, like, oh, man, I hope my arm don't start twitching. Like, but like, oh, what was that? That felt weird. Like, no, just joking. I was fine.
Oh yeah, she missed it. Oh, Brandy said she missed the cooking portion. So we had pizza bombs, and once again, and they're all gone now. You want to show them your pizza bomb? So the pizza bomb was, I'm gonna repeat it again. It was a grand biscuit from Pillsbury, and I flattened them out, and I filled it with marinara, pepperoni, and mozzarella. Wrapped those bad boys up. Did a little egg wash, stuck them in the oven. Oh, covered it with a little bit of garlic powder and Italian seasoning. And then the other one is the breakfast bombs. Once again, Pillsbury biscuit, spread it out, filled it with some scrambled eggs, some sausage, but you can also add bacon if you like bacon, and then some cheese. And then we wrapped those up, covered it with egg wash, and stuck it in the oven. And like I love doing those oven meals because it makes things easy. We do a little prep, sit down, we can sit down and eat, and then come back and like the pizza bombs remind me of like a hot pocket.
It's good.
It's good. It's really good. So I want to make some more. I still have all this stuff. I still have some more filling left, so I want to make some more of those. But like definitely the Yo-Yo Ma at the vaccine, like that was very nice because it cost him nothing to do what he did, and it definitely made people feel good and fill the time. 15 minutes waiting, whether or not your throats are gonna close up or you're gonna break into hives. You take your last shot. Like yeah, I'm scared. I'm getting mine at the end of the month, and I'm still kind of scared.
I'm fully vaccinated, and you're still scared.
Yeah, because every person is different. If anything,
I turned out fine.
You turned out fine. That's what I'm trying to say. Every person is different, and that's what scared me about COVID, and that's what scared me.
Yeah, but I think you're more healthier than I am, so
we'll see. But like I said, like that would have been nice. It would be. It's nice at what he did, and then like I said, it cost him nothing, and it was absolutely sweet.
Exactly. Tell that kid to go. Don't be.
Thank you. I'm still nervous. Like you can say, don't be.
Listen, I don't even know I'm hyping Nicole up because Nicole got her second shot and came back to work. The next day was fine. She was like, "Ooh, I feel good." Meanwhile, I got my second shot. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna need a day."
See? And I'm such a baby. Like I don't like being sick at all. Like I really don't like being sick because I just expect I need to be waited on hand and foot.
It doesn't happen to everybody. So you be fine.
Exactly. It doesn't happen to everybody, but, with me and luck and health, I'm always at 1%. They're like, oh, that hardly ever happens. And it happens to me. So, yeah, I'm a little nervous.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Okay.
Besides, you worry about the first shot. The first shot is fine. The second shot, you gotta worry about.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You playing games, man. And I don't like shots.
You ain't gotta worry about that until April.
I don't like shots.
Really? Because you just
I like liquor shots.
I
I like shots. I don't like shots. Okay, like it's a difference.
It's fine. You won't even feel it. It's gonna make it quick.
But you always end up getting those nurses that be like gripping you up. These ones who always like do the extra tight tourniquet when they want to draw your blood. Like that's what I worry about. Getting like a nurse ratchet.
No, it's like a booster. So it's just gonna be like a quick. They're not even gonna. They shouldn't even have to touch your arm or whatever. Like as long as you leave your arm relaxed like that, they're just gonna go. Boop, and then that's it.
Okay. We'll see.
Gotta know what.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
She'll be alright.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
She'll be alright. However, if we ended up skipping the last Sunday of this month, then you know why.
My shot is on a Friday. I'm sure if it typically only lasts like 24 hours, then I'll be good to go come Sunday.
I was good to go on Sunday.
Yeah. What? She said I screamed before. I didn't.
I know she screamed before. She tried to get me to go with her so I could hold her hand while she got the shot.
See, like I don't like shots. Like I don't like them.
She tried to get me to go with her and hold her hand. I'm just lying. She probably about to say something.
Like, and especially I hate those shots where you like they put it in you and you can literally feel it travel through your arm. Like, no. But this one, like to me, is like when you've had a lot of experiences being in hospitals and getting lots of shots, you think it would make you feel better, but like no, it doesn't. It just bring up all those old memories of when the lady damn near tried to kill me to take my blood. Exactly. Not.
I said I was joking. I know you didn't. I didn't have to hold your hand while you got your shot. It's cool, Nicole.
He be fibbing. He be telling stories. Okay, so yeah, that was a good show. Even though the first 15-20 minutes we were
on mute.
On mute, whatever. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. On that note.
On that note,
we gotta get the boss because he's oversleeping, and we last thing we want him to wake up in the middle of the night.
And I got some building to do, so I'm about to go cut the power off. And,
Bob the builder.
And safe proof the boss's room.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you next week. Stay safe.
Stay safe.